Hi children, this is Suresh. Welcome to Maths class. Dear children, in this class we are going to learn about the new chapter, that is chapter 1, real numbers. This is the paper 1 topic. Okay. So now in this class we are going to solve some problems which are based on the real numbers. So before that, let's recall what we have learned in previous classes. Children, already you have learned about the rational numbers. Rational numbers are nothing but the numbers which are in the form of p by q, where p comma q integers and p by q, the numbers which are in the form of p by q and q is not equal to 0. Such type of numbers are called rational numbers. Okay, let's have a look on the definition. Numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and p and q are integers, are called rational numbers, and these rational numbers are represented by the letter q. Okay, the set builder form of the rational numbers is here. Let's observe this. Q equal to set of p by q, and q is not equal to 0. Pq belongs to integers. Okay, let me explain briefly one more time, that is what is rational number set. Rational numbers or in the form of p by q, and q is not equal to 0. That means denominator should not be equal to 0. And one more condition, pq is belongs to z. Pq are must and should, they are integers. Okay, so example of rational numbers are 1 by 2 is a rational number because 1 and 2, here p is 1, q is 2, and 1 2 belongs to integers because 1 is integer, q is 2 is also integer. That's why this number is in the form of p by q, first condition, and q is not equal to 0. Denominator is not equal to 0, and pq belongs to z. 1 2 or belongs to integers. That's why this is a rational number. And I give you one more example, that is 3 by 4 is also an integer, is also a rational number because this is in the form of p by q and denominator is not equal to 0 and pq or belongs to integers. So this is also a rational number. Now minus 7 by 9, this is also a rational number because minus 7 is an integer, 9 is also an integer, and this number is in the form of p by q, and q, that is 9, is not equal to 0. Pq belongs to z. That's why this is the irrational number. Now 0 by 1. 0 by 1 is also a rational number because this is also in the form of p by q, and 0 is belongs to integer and 1 is belongs to z. That's why it is a rational number. But 1 by 0 or 2 by 0, 3 by 0, anything by 0 is not a rational number because according to the condition this is in the form of p by q. Okay, but for the second condition q is not equal to 0, but here q is 0. That's why it is not an irrational, it is not a rational number. Okay, so finally we can conclude that rational numbers are in the form of p by q, and pq are integers and q is not equal to 0. Such type of numbers are called rational numbers. Okay, so children, you have already learned this in 8th and 9th classes, that is every rational number can be expressed either as a terminating decimal or as a non-terminating decimal. We can express every rational number in the form of decimal number by doing actual division. So I mean it should be expressed as a, it can be expressed as a either terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal. Okay, next concept, that is irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are opposite to the rational numbers. Numbers which are in the form of p by q are called rational numbers. Numbers which can't be written in the form of p by q are called irrational numbers. Let's have a look on the definition, that is irrational numbers. Numbers which can't be expressed in the form of p by q are called irrational numbers, and these numbers are represented by the letter q dash or s. Okay, so let's have a look on the set builder form of the irrational numbers. Q dash is equal to set of not equal to p by q. This is given in the definition, that is numbers which are not in the form of p by q are called irrational numbers, where pq is belongs to z. Okay. Example, root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, etc. are irrational numbers. Okay. Now coming to the our topic, that is real numbers. What are real numbers? The set of rational numbers and irrational numbers are called real numbers. That means the combination of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. Let's have a look on the definition. That is, the combination of rational and irrational numbers is called the set of real numbers, and this real number set is represented by the letter R. That is, real numbers means union of rational and irrational numbers. Okay. All the rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. The combination of total numbers, that is either it may be real number, either it may be rational or irrational. The set of or the combination of all the rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. So that's why R is nothing but union of rational and irrational numbers. Examples: 1, 2, 1 by 3, 3 by 4. These are all numbers are called real numbers, because 1, 2 are natural numbers, integers, or whole numbers. 1 by 3, 3 by 4, minus 7 by 9. These are rational numbers. Root 2, root 5, etc. numbers are called irrational numbers. So that's why the combination of all these numbers are called real numbers. Okay. Now in this class we are going to learn about the new topic, that is Euclid's division lemma. What is Euclid's division lemma? For any two positive integers a and b, there exists a unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a equal to bq plus r. So don't get confused. Let me explain more clearly. Let's have a look on the definition, that is Euclid's division lemma. Given positive integers a, b, there exists unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a equal to bq plus r. And remainder should be 0 is less than or equal to r less than b. Let me explain clearly. For example, take any two numbers, that is 6 and 3. Here 6 is a and 3 is b. And if you do the division with these two numbers, there exist another two numbers satisfying the Euclid division lemma, that is dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay. Here a, b are two positive integers. According to the definition, given positive integers a, b. So here I am taking a as 6 and b as 3. And there exists a unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a equal to bq plus r. Okay. Let's understand the next sentence. That is, if you do the division for these numbers, that means here a is greater than b. And if you divide the 6 by 3, that means a by b. There exists another pair of integers, that means 3 2s are 6, the remainder is 0. That means a pair of integers, that is q quotient and the another one is r. Okay. So there exists another pair of integers satisfying the relation, that is a equal to bq plus r. A equal to bq plus r is nothing but dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. That is, here what is dividend? So if you divide a by b, there exists a quotient and it leaves some remainder. So if you substitute in this division algorithm, there exists a dividend equal to a, divisor is b, quotient is q plus r, that is a equal to bq plus r. This is the condition. And if you observe this here, remainder is 0, and if you observe any division, remainder is equal to 0 or less than the divisor. So let me explain one example. If you here in this example we divide 6 by 3, in this case remainder is 0. If you divide, let take another example, that is if you divide 6 by 4, what will be the remainder? 4 ones are 4, the remainder is 2. So here q is 1, r is 2. And if you observe this, in this case remainder is 0, and if you observe the second case, remainder is less than the divisor, that is less than b. So here the condition, that is 0 less than or equal to or less than b. That means remainder is always less than the divisor or equal to the 0. So this is the condition for the remainder. So it is nothing but Euclid division lemma is nothing but division of any two numbers. Okay. So this is the concept given for the division of two numbers. If you divide the two numbers, if you do the division by taking any numbers, there exists a pair of numbers for satisfying the division algorithm, that is a equal to bq plus r. That means if you take given positive integers a, b, and there exists a unique pair of integers q and r satisfying the relation a equal to bq plus r. So and the condition for the remainder is remainder should be less than the divisor or equal to 0. So this is the Euclid's division lemma. Okay.